I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're speaking with Rita Joyce. She is a gifted writer, poet, and songwriter who discovered her talents a little bit later in life. With an enduring passion for journaling and a deep commitment to promoting cultural diversity and prayer in schools, Joyce brings together a unique perspective to her works. Her most notable work is called Johnny Peppertoes. It is celebrated for its engaging storytelling and captivating audiences from ages 8 to 84. Johnny Peppertoes. I love the title alone. The book is fantastic. We're delighted to have Rita join us here today on Spotlight. We ask viewers like you to support writers like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing her book. The links are below this interview. Rita, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
You're welcome. It's just a privilege to be here. And I had just come back from Seattle and happened to accidentally catch you on Manifest.
Oh, okay, great. That's kind of a shocker. I begin the newscast, right? Or begin in the TV show. Good evening, I'm Logan Crawford. There is devastation tonight. Yeah, so that was kind of fun. That was a great show to be working on for sure. But I'm a fan of yours as well. I love your book, Johnny Peppertoes. Let's tell the folks at home what that's about.
All right, Johnny is a short little redhead with a colic on his head, and he wears glasses, and he is just an engaging character, and it's an adventure series addressing a lot of the issues that children have to address in school today. Like so many children, as we know, switch parents every couple of weeks, or they've lost a father or mother. So I try to tie into that book. Actually kind of just came to me, the different experiences like grief that a child will go through. And so Johnny's mother sits down with him and explains the stages of grief one time when she realizes he's just sitting there and not knowing what's going on in his life when his father goes into a coma.
Yeah. You know, it's such a unique character, Johnny Peppertoes, and it's such interesting settings you have him in. I could truly see this as a movie, like kind of like a funky independent film, I feel.
Well, Logan, I'm going to confirm you. I've already got a team.
Okay, great.
I've got a team prepared, ready to do the movie, and we're just waiting on it right now. So that's my big excitement. I've even written a song for it.
Okay, great. That sounds good. And would you want to sing a little bit for us? I don't want to put you on the spot, but
oh my gosh, my musician is been working with me with another song ready to put out, the both of us. He's a recording artist named Corey Eugene Mathis, and so we have been just working on the piano today with it. It's I kind of write difficult music, they say. So I don't know if I should share it or not.
Okay, well, you know, it's hard to sing a cappella, that's for sure. So I won't put you on the spot, but it's something that I think just adds to your body of work. That's great. So I'll keep my fingers crossed that a movie gets made out of Johnny Peppertoes. I think it's got a lot of value. I think it's a compelling character, and it also addresses a lot of issues that are very, very timely and very, very pertinent today. That's for sure. Prayer in school. I say if there was more prayer in school, there would be fewer guns in school. Do you agree?
Yes, and I feel very strongly that we need to do something, but the only things supposedly so far that can be done is like 1 million signatures to be put on the ballot so that we could do this. My idea is to approach it from a little different angle from everyone else, since there were so many religions and so many beliefs or no beliefs. And my idea is just to have the teachers in the morning, you know, grade school, high school, preschool, college, whatever, just say, God, we invite you into this day, please protect us. And that takes away all the problems having to do with everybody's different beliefs and systems and everything. And those who don't believe at all, I'd ask them to have a little sympathy for those that do believe, because most people in the country have some kind of faith and some kind of belief. And
And if you don't want to say a prayer, you can stay silent and have a silent meditation moment, So,
I don't feel very, I feel like that would not be enough. I feel
mhm.
that we need to at least say, God, we invite you. I mean, what does that mean to everybody? It's open. So I'm kind of strong on the fact that it should be an address rather than a moment of silence.
Right. No, I agree. I was going to say, but the kids who don't are atheists or whatever, they could just stay silent during that time, I guess. But I fully agree that if you look at our society, when God was removed from the classroom, violence crept into the classroom. So I think throughout society, we need more God and less video games. We need more God and fewer violent movies. I know, like I said, that's what I like about your book, and that's why I would like to see your book made into a movie, is because it really teaches some good values and some good lessons in there as well. What was it like writing Johnny Peppertoes? Did you have an idea for the book and just bang it out, or how did it come to you?
Kind of in a strange way, kind of a set of little miracles. I was walking through my bedroom and I got the word in my mind, Peppertoes. Oh,
Mhm.
Peppertoes. That's kind of cute.
Yeah.
Well, my mother lived with me at the time and she said, oh, honey, that's silly. Well, 3 times that day I asked my mother, oh, that's silly. Well, at 3 o'clock in the morning, a voice literally woke me up and said it's going to be a book,
Mm.
which scared me to death because I'd only done Gazi Goose and I'd done only picture books. So to do a chapter book, it was like, how in the world am I going to do that? Number one, I didn't have any boys.
Mm.
So think about that. It took my editor friend at the time and another person to really help me to some of the innuendos that boys do that I wouldn't know that.
Mhm.
And then I had a boy knock to my door, my next door neighbor boy, Alberto Gonzalez, which you see his pictures inside all over, the vignettes in there. And
Mhm.
he was only 13 years old, knocked to my door and said, oh, Mrs. Joyce, can I do your book illustrations? And I said, choke, I don't think so. Well, I had to swallow my pride because 3 months later, I went back and said, Alberto, I was wrong. And he is just an incredible, incredible artist. And I honor him till this day. And also, in making the book, a book, people don't realize it, but a book tells you who it should be dedicated to.
Mhm.
I knew right away that my friend's son, who was in a terrible biking accident in Seattle, was one of the dedicatees. So at the beginning of the book, I dedicated to two boys, to two men. Now they're men, but they both had brain injuries. One's in Texas and one is in Seattle, Washington. And so I try to make sure that the children know that they can have the ability to become artists even at young ages. Illustrator, imagine at 13. And Alberto worked with me for like 2.5 years. This wasn't a small process to do 36 vignettes.
Mm. Yeah, that's amazing. Well, it's nice that you dedicated the book to them. And I know they're in your thoughts and prayers always, for sure. Um, Tell me a little bit about your journaling. Is that what kind of like sparked your writing career?
Not really. I don't know what made me start journaling several years ago, but I get up every morning and I cannot live without. I have a, it's a bar stool at the end of my kitchen, and that's my place where I sit. And I have my pad, and I get up there and I say, okay, good morning, God. This is my problem for the day. Or I write down my issues, which I think is really a beautiful thing to do because
Mm.
it prepares yourself for the day. And I notice now that more people are journaling. It's wonderful therapy, and I wouldn't give it up for the world. But I do something about extra. When I get through with my few sentences, I'll say, well, what's the word of the day? And a word comes to me. Well, ironically, today was the word heaven.
Mm.
So a little bit of heaven on earth today, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So I may look up in Google, or I may look up in the Bible, or I may find a book around, and I try to find something around that word and learn about that. And it turns out that other people around me reap from that also. They'll call me and, oh, what's the word of the day, Rita? Well, this is it, So it's been probably one of the greatest joys of my life that I would not give up.
Wonderful. Well, I think that's great advice for anybody. I think I might start journaling myself. There's a lot I would like to remember about my life that I just don't. I see it in pictures and videos, but if I had the words to go along with it, the text, I think that'd be important. My words for the day are these: Johnny Peppertoes. It's an amazing book. I think you'll find it thoroughly charming, engaging, enchanting, and it's for everyone from ages 8 to 84. Beyond for sure as well. Rita, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Thank you very much too. And I wanted to thank my cousin who just finished last night a website that was promised years ago and finally finished it last night. So
and the website's what's the domain? What's the name of the website?
Rita's Publishing.
ritaspublishing.com.
Yep.
Okay, sounds great. We will look for it. We'll put the link underneath this interview as well. Rita, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. And to the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.